La 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 la. Testing, testing, testing. La, la. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. So weird. Okay, we've got audio. Hello, hello. Noise suppression working. Or is it? Noise suppression working. Noise gate. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to connect my chat screen. Hello Aslo. Welcome to the stream. Might need to do a little bit more advertising. Get some more people into the stream. Oh, Logic has crashed. Even while I wasn't using it. That's beautiful. Just a passive crash. It's a very good sign. Well, we do like waiting on sample libraries loading in. So I've finished a piece from last week, yesterday and the day before. I worked on it some more. I've extended it to about 5.5 minutes now. So I'm just kind of going to finish up the master, which I'm kind of doing right now, because I had some issues where it was very loud in one part of the piece. So the compressor was like really pushing it very hard. So you could hear it like very clearly that it was being super duper compressed. So I had to try and fix that a little bit. So it's just loading. Oh yeah, you can still see it. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Nice. I'm just gonna test the stream audio again because I keep getting like weird. Like dropouts. Okay, but it seems to be working. Okay, cool. Right. So this is the part in question, this section here. I had to kind of try to dynamically automate the compressor mix. So when it gets to this part, it's not so bad now because I turned the volumes down. I think leave it like an 80%. %80 is probably good. Yeah. Cool. Sounds alright. What if I can do this? I want to have a little bit more of an accent at the end here. I seem to have forgotten to do that here. Doesn't come out as well. Maybe it's better just, yeah, that sounds better. Okay, so because I've got these like tremolo, it's like major 7 minor chord coming in right. Okay, but this needs to come in earlier because I want it to be kind of like ba-ba. So we'll do a little bit of maybe I can just be cheeky and move this a little bit along. Nice. That's the right kind of cadence I was looking for. So I need to turn up the dynamics here a little bit, because the viola gets loud while the violins can disappear. Nice, that's much better. Give these a little bit more juice as well. That's probably a bit too much actually now. Nice. Yeah, I know. It's it's a lot of little tweaking, and there's like a voice balancing, you know, like if this one is loud, then the chord sounds completely different, and then the melody needs to come out, so this one needs to play louder and stuff like that. And then it's like, yeah, it's worth it. I try to kind of not spend too much time tweaking on the stream, because yeah. But it's like ultimately I want to make the music good, so I have to tweak like a little bit. I have to send out some messages on Discord just to see if anyone wants to come to the stream, because I don't think anyone's. I sent out like a little bit, but I've got, I don't know how many. Is it only you who's watching? Perhaps not right now. A one-man audience is also an audience, obviously. I'll do a little round. Let's see, throw it in a couple of Discords. Maybe everyone's too excited for Silk Song. Wait, is that out today? That'd be so funny if that was the reason. Tomorrow. Damn. People have been waiting for a long time, huh? That's cool though. I started playing Hollow Knight actually, but I haven't gotten through it. I got so many other games that I'm playing. Like I'm trying to finish Sekiro. Likely we get High Silver for Silk Song. Yes. Probably. Imagine though, like Shadow Drop tomorrow. I didn't even hear anything about it. Like. There's so much noise on the sample. I don't know if you can hear it. But it's like you get that fizzle. You see someone posting a random download an hour for. Yeah. Well, it's not like it's not happening. I mean, it's he said it was gonna take a couple of weeks, and it's been, you know, how long? Like 2 weeks or something. It's kind of a hard balance. How much like fizzle do I want to add? Because I do like having it a little bit, but hey Hakan, nice of you to show up. You're not distracted by a silk song then? I may be a bit distracted. Yeah, that's cool. So this is how the piece started last week with this section, but I rewrote the beginning section. So I'm currently just trying to master this track. And adding some final touches. It's like that Lord of the Rings move. That's a very nice melody. I think one thing I can do here is just delete all the tracks I'm not using. Delete unused tracks. Just helps the RAM a little bit. Trills, I didn't really use trills, I guess. I don't really have RAM problems, but it does make it take longer to load. Bassoon staccato? I'm not using that, but it didn't delete it. Let's see. Woodwind's low. Gonna add a little bit more layering on the bottom. Everything's like super loud now because I've added a bunch of gain. Yeah, let's try that. Film composing. I've done like some short films and stuff. I've always sort of imagined myself as a film composer, actually. So I've always been into movie scores, and I always fancied myself a film composer. But well, the thing is, you wouldn't be able to write this kind of music at this scale for any movies unless you had like made it into the big scene, basically. But when it comes to games, you know, you can just kind of start writing this sort of style of music much earlier. Yeah, I think I could. I mean, I would have loved to write music for a movie of sorts, especially like a fantasy movie, I guess, or a series or something like that. The thing is, it would have been so much easier as well, because when you're writing for a game, you have to kind of try to navigate the interactability of it all. You don't know what's going to happen. You have to kind of stay within a specific lane of intensity, and you have to kind of hit the mark differently. Composing for films is very hard, but also rewarding, right? Yeah. It's what I find the hardest with writing music for both, that I imagine is the same for both music and games, is like hitting the right vibe. Like you've kind of noticed that on my streams as well, that I sometimes try and write a piece for a specific thing, and then it ends up being something completely different. Like when I tried to write the Dwarven Fort music, and I wrote something that was kind of a bit more fitting for like a Dwarven mine, and then I had to try again the next week. And this time I actually was trying to kind of make like a vampire, like very ambient thing, but it actually ended up sounding better for the village rather than the actual kind of general ambience. So that's why today I was gonna try to write the music for the general ambience more, because this track is a bit too active, and it's like it's kind of like my curse. It's like writing too active music, like too much happening. Yeah, but I hope that when I have like enough experience and that I understand that better, you know, the like how do you write music that kind of fits for something specific, and what is it that makes something fit? What are the details you need to add, or what are the instruments that express a certain thing, or the little phrases that kind of associate with a specific thing, or... Because the thing is, there's like letting it breathe. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's very difficult. I struggled with that on Hytale in the beginning too. When I started kind of having the ambience on in the background while writing the music, that kind of helped a little bit, because then you realize that there's a lot of other sounds that are actually happening at the same time as the music. So the music doesn't have to compensate for everything. That's why I like adding little things like this part here, for example. It's just like 2 flutes, and that's like enough. compressor isn't getting slammed too hard now. It was like doing -4 dB and stuff on the previously. Anyway, I think I'm done. Okay, that was kind of weird. I think I need to maybe extend this a little bit. Nice, that's much better. It had like a weird kind of cutoff. So I'm trying to hit like -14 LUFS, but it's very difficult because you see there's a lot of short term that dips over into, or momentary that dips like quite a lot above that. But then there's so many pauses and quiet parts. Actually now my piece is probably too loud. Which is good, because that means I made it loud enough. Because the thing is, like, when you start trying to hit the loudness, I guess you can't really hear what I'm saying when I'm playing the music. Maybe this is better if the music is a bit loud, because when I master the music it becomes a lot louder. You see, now the loudness has gone down to -15. Oh, my mic speaking? La 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 la. Is this better now? Music is a bit quiet. Is that better? Yeah, my mic setup is very expensive, but not very good for some reason. It's very good for recording, but it's not very good for Twitch. I probably need to have a compressor on my rack. Drag and drop audio or video file to quickly analyze it. That could have been useful. Just do a mix and I think it is pretty good now, the loudness. What mic? I'm using a Shure SM7B, but and then I got like a preamp on a rack and a Neve rack, which is like supposed to be good, but I find that it's like just it's very sensitive and it's very like the dynamic range is huge. So when I speak quietly, it's too quiet, and when I speak too loud, it's too loud. How unique, yeah. It's like I think a lot of podcast people and a lot of people actually use the Shure SM7B, but I think they have a different mixing setup, so I think I'm definitely missing something. I think a compressor could help kind of narrow that dynamic range issue that I have. Because it's like I try to turn the mic up, people say it's like too quiet, and then I talk a little bit louder and suddenly it's too loud. So they say it's like that the SM7 is like a dynamic condenser mic or something, but I don't really understand what that means, and it hasn't been particularly dynamic for me. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, I don't know. It says it's a cardioid dynamics studio vocal mic. What's the dynamic part? How is it dynamic? Like, generally dynamics are less sensitive, so they pick up less noise. I feel like mine picks up a lot of noise, but I think maybe it's because my preamp comes with a lot of noise. Maybe that's what it is. I have like it's modeled on like a vintage Neve preamp. Yeah. If my mouth isn't in the perfect place, it's really tricky. Yeah, I've done like singing and stuff in the mic, and it's worked quite well. Okay, I think I'm just gonna listen to some other references. Like we did that. Did that piece last week. I guess at some point you kind of have to just trust your ears, I suppose. Even though the loudness is like lower, it shows up lower. Like you have louder parts of the piece, like this, the first part of the piece is like quite loud. Well, it kind of sits perfectly actually in that range. I had like a bassoon here. This is a bit loud, I guess. I don't know if you recognize that library, Laszlo, the Bazantar. I think you've commented on it before. It works quite well for this like vampire vibe. I mean, they used it in The Witcher 3. It's just like very like kind of sounds kind of folky and a bit like demonic at the same time. And there's a lot of weird kind of noises in the library like this. Which is kind of cool. ATO Bazantar. Oh, you never heard of it? Okay, maybe it was someone else who said. Oh. It's rolling. Let's see if we can get out of this spinning pool ball of death alive. There we go. Good. Because now I'm literally just gonna bounce this track, so it's so annoying when it crashes right before you're about to bounce. This is gonna be the village. Okay, good. Replace that previous mix because it was bid, and the next track is just gonna be very ambient. I'm thinking. They call me the Omnisphere freak. Well, maybe we should use some Omnisphere in this next track because I kind of want to just rely more on pads. I'm gonna make it easier for myself, I think, this time. The thing is, every time I make it easy for myself, I think like, oh my god, I'm cheating. I'm cheating. But then I make it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually perfect for what it had to be. You know, because I kept it simple, and maybe I rushed it, and I didn't like want to write something complicated, and then I wrote something less complicated, and that was like the perfect thing. You know, like some of my favorite kind of ambient pieces were just stuff that I made in like, you know, an hour, and it was like exactly what was necessary, you know. So maybe it's like that constraint is what I need to actually hit that ambient kind of intensity. Because otherwise, if I have too much time, then I end up being like, ooh, but then we could make it ambient, but we could make it really like full of character and very interesting, and all these like, you know, weaving like orchestral parts and like going through the different sections and stuff, and then it just ends up being like a lot more over composed, and suddenly it's not like an ambient piece anymore. It's like a very like, yeah, the low effort stuff ends up being really emotional. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it's like you said earlier, you know, you let the music breathe, and you give it the space that it kind of needs, I guess, to kind of take in what's there more. I think it's probably because my ADHD brain needs like more stimulants, more details. Okay, now we're gonna start a new piece of music. I'm just gonna check this bounce quickly, make sure it came out right. Creating good emotion by doing as little as possible. Yeah, that's hard. Okay, the mix sounds good, I think. I always feel conscious of like, oh, is it too resonant? Like, should I have done a lot more resonance control? But then I listen to other like professional mixes on Spotify and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that flute's kind of resonant. I can like, I guess that's what's normal, and you know, maybe I'm being too over sensitive about like resonance and stuff. Because I've got some relatively aggressive resonance control here. Well, I guess it's not super aggressive, but you can kind of see it. It's like anything below that 1K. Get the mix set this to an amount. Okay, cool. Let's start a new journey. So this one's gonna be like when you're kind of wandering around the wilderness kind of music, I think. The mists of Barovia, I guess. I know that, like, I'm conscious now that there's another guy who made a full soundtrack for Curse of Strahd. So I gotta look at the titles that he made for his pieces and do something else. Because essentially we're gonna write music for the same parts of the game, right? Because he's written music for all of the parts of the game in the campaign, and I'm kind of considering doing the same. We'll see. I mean, if I was to write music for the entire campaign, I guess this channel would be like very focused on making Curse of Strahd music for like months. I don't really think people basically mind. It's not like I have, you know, hundreds of people critiquing my stream, so. But obviously, it's you guys might want to hear like something else eventually than like this kind of dark gothic thing, you know. Okay, so I need to start this with the mindset that I'm cheating, and we're just gonna be unapologetically cheaty when we make this piece. This is how you make. This is. I gotta pretend that this is a tutorial how to make music cheatingly. Textures playable. Go into Omnisphere, open textures playable. Press shuffle. Click the first one you find. Have you ever run into an issue where you have the melody that's accidentally same as someone else's? Yeah. I mean, kind of. It depends. Like the melody in Hightail, you know, the one that goes like da 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 da. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Now you can hear me. Right, it sometimes crashes. Now you can hear me. Right, it sometimes crashes. Now you can hear me. Right, yeah, I don't get it. Oh wait, hold on. I think I know why it's not working now. Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, you can hear me now. I think you cut out. Okay. Yeah, the I tried to route the audio into Spotify, but then I kind of I shorted my audio. Hold on, I'm just gotta do it something different. So audio, gotta do a different solution here. I had this set up like once, but then yeah, this app kind of changes a lot. Okay, now let's see if you can hear. Okay, so that was from Travis Savoy. He wrote an album for Curse of Strahd. And yeah, I hope you can still hear me and that you could hear the music. But yeah, I was gonna show an example of some music that had the same as oh yeah, it was the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Shazam. Those two soundtracks has the Hytale theme in them, and when I heard it, I was like, oh, great. The thing is, that motif is not like very unique. Like it, it's nice, but it's not like super unique. So it's very easy to come up with the same. You know, the other one I think is more unique. Like the more like the Avatar theme. That's a bit more like That's like harder to probably come up with the same. So I'm gonna see if I can find the piece. Wait, where's like I need like the end credits. Yeah, okay. I think it's coming up. Okay, yeah. This is the main theme, right? The Shazam. It's very nice music. Very like classic family adventure music. Oh yeah, this is it. Alright. So when I heard that in the cinema, I was like, no, you know, someone's taken the, you know, my music essentially. But You know, it's kind of hard to claim ownership over something that is, you know, common to come up with, I suppose. If someone sued me, I could just be like, well, just look at the trailer. It came out in 2018, and Shazam came out in 2019, actually. So, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it in Super Mario, the other one. Super Mario Bros. Oh yeah, I gotta go into original motion. Yeah, it's probably, I think. The soundtrack to Super Mario is awesome, obviously. Brian Tyler. So he's got all of the classic themes, but then Brian Tyler came up with some themes of his own. This was not. It goes both ways. Hey, Ped. It goes both ways. Nice Tim Robinson reference there. This ain't the one. This is one of the themes from the movie. Yeah, the Super Mario theme is rip off of T-Square. That's true. It's true. So everybody's just ripping off each other, and that's how the world works. I think you can hear the theme in this one, actually. When it's like in the part of the movie when they're on the platforms. Here we go. Did you hear that? Yeah, so you get it. That's two instances of where I found the hightail music in famous soundtracks or big soundtracks. So yeah, Super Mario and Shazam. It's not exactly this. Well, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. I mean, you could. There's like a slight like rhythmic difference, maybe there in like 1/16th note or something, but anyway, swinging hoses. Well, that's not what we're doing. Okay, so Only is great for pads, but I need to find something that's like very like. So sometimes to make things more ambient, I just do like a big low pass. And then I put like a bunch of reverb on it to get it to be more ambient. Because some of these pads can be very like detailed in the higher. Maybe I should put on some resonance control here too. Because obviously like super resonant and let's put like some hard resonance control in there. We allow for no resonance. This is kind of cool because it's like these like chimes are kind of like church bells, right? Especially when you put it like down here. What are you going to do today? I'm writing some creepy music for a world or like a country controlled by a vampire lord, and all the people are kind of like trapped in this land. Their souls are kind of trapped in this land, and they can never leave. They just have to live their life there. So it's a gothic horror ambience that I'm trying to make, basically. Another plugin that's really good is Ice Castle Rolling Motion 1. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good ice things in there because there's so many bells. So Mondo Mod is a Waves plugin. I generally kind of hate Waves, but mostly just because of their like subscription, like how they deal with licenses and stuff. Like if you want to have your plugin on a different computer, you have to pay like an extra, and then you have to pay yearly to maintain the license on that other computer. I'm like, just F off. It's silly. Tiny, even in that tiny list of patches, I recognize half of them. Yeah. Let's put a little bit of this in there. Maybe we'll make like a delay bus like straight away as well. Like making music while singing other soundtracks. Yeah, so what we're gonna, this is what we're doing today. A lot of one notes held down for a long time. I mean, we have an hour left of the stream. Maybe we can even make a whole piece in an hour. I mean, with at this rate, I could probably make like 5 minutes of just, you know, miscellaneous ambience, and you know, that's what we need. So I wonder if we can find like a sound, like an ambience layer, like just to see if that would be useful. Unless that's like another this complete distraction. Because I want to kind of find something that could like work in that. Okay, good, yeah. Let's pull in one of these. Well, this only lasts for a minute, this ambience, but just copy it a couple of times, okay? Ah, it's too windy. Maybe this was a bad idea. It's like way too loud. Okay, we can keep that as a test. We'll keep that as a test layer. If we want to be like, does this work with... I mean, it's not even going to be ambience when you play D&D, so what am I even doing? Okay, maybe we should start with a bell, because then the tubular bell can like hang on into this like pad. Yeah, and just fade it. This one's rings like a lot. Just put like a bunch more reverb on there. We're starting out. What are we doing this time? We are doing some we're doing some creepy gothic horror vampire ambience. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do. This time I'm not gonna use any like instruments. Not a lot of instruments. Just like ambience, I think. At least I'm gonna try that. Maybe there should be like an in between what I did last time and what this could be, but tubular, dude. Yeah, it's the tubular bells. They are so tubular. Just love how they're called tubular bells. Right, so I've got this. This is a Great Library Era 2, which is like a sort of medieval thing. Exactly what I need, being home alone in a thunderstorm going on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll find some. So this one has a bunch of great pads that can get you started in, just like quick fixes. Alchemy Lab. What does that sound like? This is more of like an inside dungeon sort of thing. Ancient Era. Not quite. Ancient Ruins. That's good. Like, these pads can evolve for a long time. I can't remember if this one will just stay on that high note. Kind of sounds like it's fading. Yeah, I see, it's fading. And I can just keep holding this and it'll like... keep evolving. Sounds like they're like doing some kind of reverse thing on this pad. Okay, I think that's like a loop actually. It's going back to that. How much is this library? A couple of $100, I think. I think it's actually like $350 or $250 or $400 or yeah. I guess this is the kind of thing that like would go well with like actual sounds of like rain and like ravens and shit like that. I know there's a lot of people out there who make like those like hour-long like ambience for playing D&D to like you know, medieval town or like a gothic city, or you know, and they'll make the ambience and they'll make this like this really simple kind of tension music essentially. But yeah, I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do. I guess we're gonna have to see. This is kind of like throwing things out there and seeing what sticks, you know. If everybody loves, you know, that, then maybe that's what I gotta do. But I don't know. I kind of like just writing like actual music. I don't know, why am I getting so nervous? Like writing this ambience, it's like I'm already getting nervous. You know, like, oh my god, is this me? Is this the end of my career? Is this the end of the road? Like instantly antsy. They have put down like 4 notes. Maybe this is why I don't write super ambient music. Okay. But the trick to make things ambient is to do like a low pass, basically. Just low pass everything. Low pass, high pass. Lots of diffusion here. Is that the hightail loot? Yeah, it is actually. It's the hightail loot. Are we doing that? We could do something else. I think I said I wasn't gonna use any instruments, but I think we're well past that now. We're well past that already. We've broken our tenet. I just do like some very, very sprinkly notes. Just gonna make it more reverby. This is the most reverby reverb of the cathedral. But I actually do think we need like a very fake reverb for this. Like, well, hold on. 10, 16 seconds of reverb. Yeah. That works. 16 seconds of reverb. Let's go. Dulcimer also is kind of vampire-y. Supermassive. Oh, yeah. You know what? I've actually almost never used Supermassive. Well, today's the day. Huh. Let's go. If I can even click on it. Supermassive. Okay. How do I even use this? Warp? Gemini. Damn. Hydra. Centaurus. Got the whole Greek gang in here. Controls. I gotta turn off some of these noises. Red slide. Release volume. That's the worst one. Okay, so if I just turn the density up. Large presets. Massive. We are Stardust. That's cool. That works. Maybe we should put that on the bus actually. Yeah, it's nice when you can just kind of like make music out of the plugins rather than the actual VSTs. Oh, yeah, I gotta do the chase on this one. It's often a problem when you do ambient music because it's like the notes are so long. Ridiculous River Supermarket. Nice. Well, we're copying Vaslo today. Okay, let's see if we can find some more cool things in here. Let's go into the soundscapes. Let's just exhaust all of the things. I mean, I probably can't do that, but Animus. The next one down the list. That's how creative we are. I mean, it already sounds like it's got super. Oh, it's got this one on. That's why. That's cool. It's like very windy. This one sounds a lot lower than what I just had now. Can we make 10 minutes of music in an hour? We need that bass. Cool. And then the tail is so long, you know, that can just like keep going. Oh yeah. I think I sent the delay to the. Wait, hold up. What the hell? Oh, I see what's going on. I put supermassive on the master. That's not what we want, is it? Supermassive on the master? Maybe. That would make like a sort of a pulse stretchy kind of piece, right? Everything's just a wash. It's essentially what we're trying to do here anyway, so. Just have it on. Okay, let's whip out the Bazantar as well. I guess this kind of goes under. Oh, great, we've crashed. I guess this kind of goes under like detailing, putting the Bazantar on and stuff. Just can't help myself, but we're not going to be able to create 10 minutes of ambient pads if I start doing that, but at least it's more interesting. It's like there is no correlation to why logic crashes. I feel like I don't get it. Like I had loaded like 5 patches or 4 patches. It's just not fair. Right. Okay, so I was loading in Bazantar. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Okay. Let's see. I want to make this into Pro Q3. You can hear the supermassive just like ringing. Yeah, nice. It kind of becomes a matter of like, when there's such a big span, like where do you kind of start losing track of time from like one part to another, because you kind of have to like listen through the whole thing again almost to kind of find the right cadence. Misk for Curse of Strahd. Music. Oh, yeah, music for Curse of Strahd. Exactly. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Doing some creepy vampire ambience today. Just like it's actually a challenge for me to make music that's just in the background. It always becomes like so like active instead. Ah, come on. Crashed again. What the hell? I must have loaded in something that it doesn't like. Maybe it's the supermassive, you know. I've never really used it before. The moment I start using it, Logic crashed like twice. Oh well. We're gonna force it to do this still. It's too massive for Logic. Yeah. It's kind of strange. I do have crashes, like, obviously, almost every day. Because Logic is a POS, but open using Rosetta. Oh, it is doing that. I've heard that it's a okay, so we'll let's try and unload that and replace it with like Valhalla room at like super long, you know. Kind of does the same thing, right? If it is really resource intense, then maybe we should try and figure if I need like an updater or something. Now I gotta figure out what I did. Like I can't remember what I pressed anymore. I kind of like that phrase that I found. It's technically a delay. Yeah, okay, that's probably. Oh yeah, I didn't even have my. little bit of dynamic EQ on there. Oh my god, it crashed again. Come on. You know, the thing is, I actually was gonna click save there, but I clicked duplicate instead by accident. It just doesn't like it when I duplicate tracks, like, but I always do that. That's the thing. Maybe it doesn't like me duplicating tracks while there's like a massive delay on it, or like there's a massive reverb on it. Maybe it's just the Bazantar, because it's like kind of an old library. Curse of Gurk. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't want me writing ambient music. Right, I'm gonna do this little dance again. It seems to have saved my EQ settings, but it didn't save my MIDI that I played before I did the EQ settings. What the hell? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, I remember now, it's the F on the keyboard. I gotta be more careful, like stopping the piece, saving. This is economy, am I right? Stop, save. Okay, can I duplicate now? Yes, thank you. Okay, so I wanted to see if I can find some like phrase stuff, because I think there's like some phrases there. There's some air who probably wouldn't fit in phrase builder phrases. Tina Google. Woo! Well, I know what I'm using for the boss fight, at least. I failed to see that was the electric cello. That's badass. Great. Let's do that. Beautiful. Tina Google. You're a lifesaver. Okay, so what was this? This was a drone. This was a pad. Let's fish out another pad. So this is probably the way to do it, right? This is the pipeline. It's further fueling racism towards logic. Last time Cubase crashed on me was back in '84. How? Okay, you were alive in '84, huh? And you were using Cubase. That's how. How old are you exactly? I always had you figured for like my own age, but I guess that's like me massively projecting. Oh, I see. You're doing a bit. I get it. Well, all ages are welcome here, and you know. And if you were alive during the 80s, I've got a lot of questions, especially if you were producing music during the 80s, because I love the 80s, and it would have been awesome to talk to a music producer from that time, just to pick their brains about like the synths and stuff, and what sample libraries was like. Yeah, well, obviously they didn't have. Well, I mean, I guess they did have sample libraries, but they weren't even born during 9/11. Yeah, that's true. Well, I would say the world is probably worse now than it was during the 9/11 time. For 9/11, shake my head. Yeah, it's kind of like what the best of two evils. Jeez, you're killing me. Battlefield ghosts. That's really good. That's what we need. Pro 9/11 stance. Jeez. Talk about twisting my words. That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of great things about present day. Losing all our jobs to AI and World War III. Nah. No, I don't mean to be gloomy. Yeah, a lot of great games. I'm really looking forward to still pre-Hightail. Everything sucks. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Ghosts of Yotei actually coming out in about a month. It's like I bought when I moved in here in 2011, I bought a TV that could. I knew that it could run 120 hertz 4K, so that I could get the PlayStation 5, which I got last year, so that I can play Ghost of Yotei, which comes next month. It's all been building up to this. Paradox. Sounds like an Inception reference. Schrodinger's Hightail. Post Hightail and pre Hightail at the same time. Well, I'm actually working on a song for Thanksmas. That's gonna be like a hightail-y song. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome if I can just get around to writing it. I've been pretty lazy this week. I'm training for a half marathon that's coming up on Saturday. Just haven't been able to do my sleep very well because I keep staying up late. I stay up too late. No. Yeah. So God, the ADHD. It's just all these impulses coming into my brain. Where was I? The half marathon, right? Still doing Thanksmas. I mean, it's a charity event, so you're raising money, right? Bells of Doom. This is cool. Broccoli and Merlin Forest. But the Slothman already has the game. I wouldn't put it past them. But I think there is a lot of diligence that needs to be kind of done before you can like confidently say it. It might even be some kind of paperwork that prevents him from talking about it before it's all done, you know. something details here. I gotta get used to being like patient to let the pad play for like more than 5 seconds. That's about the right amount, I think. And then, yeah, we can probably get away with more of these beautiful shallow phrases over this next minute and a half, 2 minutes, couple of minutes of shallow phrases. Why is the C? Where's the key? Oh, did I do something? Hightail Podcast interviewed the Yo Mama guy. Who's that? I don't know why it was in G sharp and how that worked. I don't know, but right. I think I just need to duplicate this and do it differently here.
Because we are in C, obviously, but... Wait, what? C. You see? Speed. Low speed. Or, like, medium speed. You also hightail release before you could walk a full circle around her. Damn. Kill him. Nice, nice, nice. We need some Dulcimir. I think I prefer the Senna samples Dulcimer. Cool. Alright. See you, Vasilo. Thanks for coming. Cool. More pads. More. It's like that Adam Dryer meme gif. Where he just goes like, more. Bells of Doom, oh yeah.
Maybe this was not like a pad that like lasts. I wanted to like fade in the beginning because I think the beginning is a bit too harsh. Like do that. Maybe there's like some other church bells that I have. Sound design, mysterious atmospheres, mysterious bells. Let's try that. Okay, that's really cool. Maybe that should be at the beginning. Oh, it loops. But it gets like lower and lower. Okay, cool. We'll just fade that out slowly, like that. Yeah, there's some other mystic bell stuff in here as well. Whoosh, fire, bode, whooshes. Okay, it's kind of random. Okay. Mysterious atmospheres. These are probably good for Ravenloft Castle. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe not like the wild. Was there key? What's this? Virginal. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Oh god, it's got like a really strong release. Can I maybe put this in the background somewhere? Well, the thing is, it's like the high end is kind of what makes it. It's kind of tough to like place it back in the space without making it like completely diluted. That just sounds like a harp. That's cool. Make it really like modulate the delay a bit. Notably. Where should we put that down? Probably in this bit. I played that an octave up. Okay. Well, we need some more pads. Maybe let's try Omnisphere a little bit. So we've been using best service so much now. Maybe there's some like soundscapes we can find, like. Maybe not that. That's cool. I feel like I could go to sleep to this. It's like meditation music almost. But I feel like that's better inside like some kind of dungeon or some kind of like inside place. Weird. Ooh. Welcome to Windows 90. Oh. It's like got cut off. Record scratch. Oh jeez. It's like too much delay and shit on it now, so it's like way too rest. Okay. Nope, not that. Evil Macumba. Welcome to the jungle. That's really cool. Moments of Wonder, classic. Classic. Okay, so which one of these were actually good? This one, then we can do a sound match to find similar. Maybe it's just gonna find us a bunch of shit with bells now. Sunspot. That's what the vampires don't like. They don't want that. Ooh, sounds creepy though. It's nice because it's like, it's creepy, but it's also like got some texture to it. Cool, let's use that.
This is such an interesting pad. It's got all these little, like, very subtle details. Oh no, we're coming up to the end of the piece. Extend! Okay, cool. Cool. Maybe some more phrases can help save the day. Short and sweet. That's funny, that next one that I clicked was like exactly the same phrase, but like a fifth. It wasn't even the next button over. I guess these are all the same. I can keep this going for a bit longer. Maybe I can gradually reduce the low end actually by, this is number 6. I can increase the range on that. Let's see, band 6 frequency. Because it is cool. I mean, all of these patches are very low endy, but I kind of wanted to like sort of have this evolve a little bit more over time. You can see how that plays out. It's already cutting out most of the sound at this point, I guess. So in some ways this sound is like already obsolete at this point, so maybe find something else. Sunspot. Ooh. That's really cool. It's kind of like got these like whispers going on. That's nice and creepy sounding. This is kind of demonic when you put it an octave down. Very cool. It's very like close to your ear, so it gets like almost like it's whispering straight into your ear. That's quite cool. Cool. Yep, like that. I guess like the release could be a bit longer. Says it's like already 10 seconds though. I kind of feel like this one is like redundant, since you kind of want to just hear this freaky pad. Excuse me. Right. Cool. Well, I think that's it for the stream. Gotta try and go to bed a little earlier. But yeah, this is what we got. I'll play this out. It's about 5 minutes of pads. I'm gonna make it into like 10 minutes, I think. And then I can maybe make like one of those like 1 hour of Curse of Strahd ambience. you kind of need something like here, right about. Yeah, I kind of want it without that like ending bit. This is kind of cool, just like it's just kind of like a detailing, just like a little bit of color in that transition there. Maybe what we need here is like actually something light, like some harmonics, horror effects. Yeah, well, jeez, it's taking a while to load. Save. Okay. Yeah. Probably add like a layer of that coming in and out. You know what? I think I actually have something similar but better. I think I have like some kind of evolving harmonics with bends, which sounds more cool. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking for some evolutions. Here we go. Spitfire string evolutions. Episodic harmonic wisps, soul ponticello. Let's try that. I have to go turn it up a bit. Kind of cool. Static harmonics with static timbre harmonics. Okay, that's interesting. It's almost like they're pressuring the bow against the violins. Pont, Botticello, tremolo to pulsing bow. A lot of these I feel like, oh, static harmonic with overtones. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I think this is what I was looking for. You can kind of hear it like a little bit, like the bending. Yeah, this is the one. Oh, it's pretty extreme. Modestly extreme. I'm not sure what these different mixes stand for. FMB. Front, middle, back. It's quite hard to hear the difference. Anyway. Yeah, something like that. I guess that's kind of what I was trying to do, sort of. I kind of wanted it to be like more harmonics, but maybe this is the part where I start adding some piano. Just need like strings, I think. No! I reached the end of the piece again. Should probably really extend it to like 10 minutes. Just like straight away. So that's how long I wanna go for. Almost there. Just another minute. Yeah, like that. Little piano section will not hurt. This one could come a little earlier. Yeah, no, but yeah, or maybe, but you know, I think I'm just gonna do details, but it's like. That's a different piece, but that could be one of the pieces in the Curse of Strahd, I guess. That kind of thing. I wonder where though. I mean, maybe it should just be like a piece on its own, just like more ambient. Maybe it could be like an exposition piece or something, like someone talking about the sad story, you know. Good kind of backing for some lore exposition. I almost never use piano. Oh yeah, this was a tone note that wasn't going to be in there. Piano detailing. I kind of feel that fits well with the Gothic.
It's like I gotta be careful so I don't put like so many notes that it becomes a piece of music. Because that's not what we're trying to do here. Trying to not make music. Cool. I need to stop. I need to stop! To rip myself away. Or else I will write music all night long. Okay. But yeah, good effort. Good effort, everybody. And yeah, thank you for coming and watching my stream. And I'll be back later for some more music. Not sure what I'm gonna write, but probably more Curse of Strahd stuff. So yeah, good night.